It started with a challenge, one I gave to myself, alone with no audience, no applause, and no deadline. Just a deep, almost aching need to take my life back. I was tired of feeling behind. Tired of watching hours slip through my fingers. Tired of wondering what I could become if I ever just committed. So I asked myself one terrifying question. What if, for just 1 week, I lived each day with 7 full hours of brutal, focused discipline? No skipping, no multitasking, no fake productivity, just me, 7 hours a day, head down, heart in, no escape. It sounded extreme. That's because it was. But I had a hunch. Maybe it's exactly what I needed. Day 1, I cleared my schedule. I deleted the apps. I blocked the noise. I woke up at 4:30 a.m., not for the aesthetics, but because my excuses still sleep at that hour. First hour, workout, no music, just breath, sweat, and silence. It wasn't fun, it wasn't graceful, but it was real. Hour 2, reading, not skimming, reading, actual focus, actual digestion. I could feel my brain resisting, starved for distraction, but I didn't give in. Hour 3 and 4, deep work. I tackled the hardest task of my day while the world was still quiet. It felt like chiseling stone. Every sentence was a push, every thought a wrestle. I took a short break, then went into hour 5, learning a new skill. For me, it was coding, not for acclaim, not for show, just for discipline. To remind myself what it feels like to be a beginner again, to struggle, to stay. Hour 6, writing. I poured my thoughts out raw. No filters, no plan, just pen and page. And finally, hour 7, silence. No phone, no music, no talking, just walking, breathing, being. That night, I collapsed into bed like a boxer after round 12. My mind was clearer, my body was sore, but inside I felt a fire begin to stir. Day 2 hit harder. The novelty had worn off. The soreness lingered. My mind began bargaining. Take it easy. You did enough yesterday. But I had made a promise. And promises don't care about mood. The first few hours dragged, but somewhere around hour 4, something strange happened. I stopped watching the clock. I entered the zone. Flow. That place where effort becomes rhythm. Where action no longer needs willpower. It just moves. I didn't think. I just did. And that night I felt pride, not from results, but from the simple fact I showed up again, fully. By day 3, my relationship with time had changed. 7 hours a day sounded impossible last week. Now it was the baseline. I stopped saying I don't have time, because I realized I do. I always did. I just gave it away too easily, to notifications, to noise, to numbing habits. But when I took time seriously, time respected me back. Every hour became sacred. Every task intentional. Every breath counted. Day 4 exposed my ego. Midway through my learning block, I hit a wall. The code didn't make sense. My writing felt flat. Nothing clicked. And for a moment, I wanted to throw it all away. That's when I realized discipline isn't just about what you do. It's about how you react when things don't go your way, when no one's watching, when quitting feels reasonable. So I stayed. I wrote one more line. I read one more page. I took one more step. And that night, something cracked. Not out there, but inside me. A layer of self-doubt fell off. I felt stronger. Not because it got easier, but because I didn't run. Day 5 was quieter, not easier, just calmer. My rituals became rhythm. The pain was still there, but it had meaning now. I wasn't just grinding, I was growing. I began to notice small shifts. I stood straighter, spoke slower, listened deeper. I didn't just move through my day, I moved with it, with intention, with clarity. And in that, I found something I hadn't felt in years. Peace, not the peace that comes from rest, the peace that comes from alignment. When your actions match your values, when your time reflects your truth. Day 6 brought a test, an unexpected call, an invitation to something fun, something easy. something distracting. Old me would have jumped, but disciplined me? I paused. I asked myself, will this serve the person I'm becoming? The answer was clear, so I declined, and I returned to the work. It wasn't glamorous, it wasn't sexy, but it was sacred, because every no to distraction is a yes to transformation. Day 7, the final round. I didn't need an alarm. My body moved on its own. My mind knew what to expect. But my soul, it was glowing, because I had done it. 7 hours a day, 7 days straight, 49 hours of focused, intentional effort. And what did I gain? Not a new job, not a medal, something better. I gained myself back, my confidence, my clarity, my self-respect. I proved to myself that I can do hard things, that I can lead myself, that I don't need perfect conditions, just an honest decision. This wasn't about being productive. It was about being awake, alive, present. For too long, I lived in delay, in someday, in maybe next week. But discipline brought me back to now, and now is where everything changes. So what would happen if you gave yourself 7 hours a day? Not forever, just 1 week. What would you remember about yourself? What would you finally start or finally stop? What part of you would be reborn on the other side of effort? You don't need to be extreme, but you do need to be honest. Honest about where your time goes, about what you've been avoiding, and about the person you know you could be if you just showed up. So here's my challenge. Start with 1 hour, then 2. Build the muscle, forgive the slips, but keep moving. Because discipline isn't punishment, it's devotion to your growth, to your future, to your highest self. And if this video woke something up in you, don't ignore it. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join this journey. Not because it's easy, but because you're done waiting. Because it's your time now. No more excuses, no more delay, just you, and the discipline to become who you were always meant to be.